Hello, welcome to the guided tutorial focused on scheduling reports. And here we are in the demonstration account in the main console. And I can find the scheduled reports feature either by going up above the yellow bar to the Reports tab and navigating to the sidebar to Scheduled Reports. Or I'll go back to where I was to the main console and show you how you can also find the same feature here in the Reports shortcut column for scheduled reports. So I'll just go in that way. And here we are in the three-step wizard for scheduling your reports. In step 1, it says generate customized reports and have them delivered by email on a scheduled basis. And we have a number of filtering options here on this first screen. We can go by report type. We can go by users within the system, which user created which reports. And that's also available within enterprise accounts that have multiple sub-accounts, each with their own users. Or we can select from a variety of surveys in the system. And you can either just scroll down or type in. I'm going to type in medical treatment facility, and there we have it. Now I can look at all the available reports for this particular survey. And the way the system works is when you create a report and save it within the Survey Manager, then that becomes a saved report or template that is available to you in a myriad of ways. And here's one example where we can select any of the reports we've previously created and saved for this survey. So I'm just going to go down to the summary graph. And now I can select what format I'd like the report to be delivered in as an attachment to the email that I'll be sending. And I have Excel, PDF, Word, and a variety of PowerPoint options. I'll go ahead and select Excel. And I'll click Next. And now we're in step 2 of the three-step wizard. And this step 2 asks us, who would you like to receive this scheduled report? Well, I'll go ahead and type in my own email address along with a colleague's, and that brings up a good point. You can type in a semicolon following any email address and have multiple email addresses within the to field. You can also go in and select the address book within your system and select any contacts within your address book, and they will autofill within this field as well. The subject input field is simply the subject of this email. I'll just type in scheduled report and tab down into the HTML editor. And within this editor, I can type my email content that will go out to my contacts with the attached reports. So I can say, oh, hello, Steve. Please find attached your scheduled report. Thank you. Or whatever you'd like to say. And you'll see here we have a number of different tools available to you within the HTML editor, font colors, font formats, font types. If you want to expand this to full screen, just click on that icon or go back and reduce it. That was this icon here, maximize the editor. And as well down below, you can either use the default email address as the sender's email address. So the recipient, when they receive the email with the attached report, it will come from, in this case, Morgan@opinionmeter.com, because I am the account owner. But you can simply delete that and put in whoever's email address you'd like, if not that default email address. So I'll go ahead and click Next to go to step 3 of the three-step wizard, and this is where it gets more fun. Now it asks us, when would you like your report to be delivered? Well, I have a number of frequencies. I can select daily, weekly, monthly. So let's say I want Steve to receive this report every Monday morning at 8 a.m. sharp. So I'm going to scroll up here and give it a 00. So I've got 8 a.m. And an important note here is this, that the reports are delivered based on the server time, which is located in Texas, which is Central Time. So for example, my 8 a.m. report that I want delivered actually should be changed to what? 10 a.m. because that's Central Time. to my 8 a.m. The next thing to consider is a data range, and this is historical data. So if I wanted my report always to reach back 4 weeks, I could select that. Or maybe I want it to reach back 6 months. And that's interesting feature in that you can always reach back into the data as far as you'd like to include within these scheduled reports. So if I trigger this report today, it's going to include the last 6 months worth of data for this particular survey I've selected. And I can either start now, as it is by default, or schedule for later. And if I chose to schedule for later, I would simply type in my date or select from the calendar. You can also change the default name of your report. And this just is grabbing the report name that you used when you first created and saved this report in the system. And that really is the summary of the 3-step wizard for scheduling your reports within your account. And the final step, of course, will be clicking finish, but I'm not going to do that because I'd start getting this report. So thank you very much. This concludes the scheduled report tutorial.